Hello, my scrappy friends. It is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and thank you for joining me for Kitaholic Kits design team layout. Now, for this layout, I am doing my favorite technique where you cut off 1/2 inch or so on the left and right hand side of your page and put it onto another piece of paper to add a little fun border. And for me, this border is especially fun because it matches in with the colour that I have used in the cut file. Now, this is an exclusive cut file for Kitaholic Kit subscribers, and it is super fun and works really, really well with the birthday photos that I am working with today. And I just like the way the icing is the same colour as the border. It just kind of ties it all in together. It's a fun little layout. Just popping on the flames. I was really careful when I was backing the cut file to try and colour match, not 100%, but as closely as I could with the colours that are mirrored or that are the sort of the colour scheme as part of the dots in that background paper. I had originally thought about using that dotty paper as like the entire background, but it ended up being a little bit too much for me. I couldn't quite, like with 3 photos and a cut file, it just ended up being a little bit too busy. But I really love this way where I've got quite a decent chunk of that background paper in the cut file, and then I've got the whole border, spotty border as well. So it's kind of like a happy medium, best of both worlds. So now I'm putting on some of these super fun Paige Evans florals and the Vicky Bouton chipboards to create my clusters. And I'm trying to use as many of those like fun pieces that came on the chipboard as I can, because this is a birthday. And if you can't put on the ice creams and the fairy flosses and the things like that now, when can you? And then I loved all these words that like say yay and enjoy and wow. They were definitely needing to get onto this page. So my husband and his dad have birthdays just a couple of days apart from each other. So we also always go over to Nan and Pa's house and have cake and just celebrate both the big boys' birthdays together. And as most people are, we love our family photos. So we've got Nan and Pa with the kids, Nan and Pa with their children, and then we've got Nan and Pa with their children and their children's partners, which is super fun. So yeah, just working on my clusters. I'm going to have 3 major clusters or main clusters in this, which is of course going to make the visual triangle, with the idea being that it pulls your eye from one side of the page across to the other, so you don't miss anything on the layout, and it kind of holds everything in the layout together and makes it look like everything on the layout was put in its specific place for a purpose. I, of course, fussy cut the word wonderful from the Paige Evans collection, Splendid, with that piece of paper that has all the beautiful words. It had like a kiss, hug, wonderful, fantastic, a good day, sunshine, and this is just one of the words that I fussy cut off. This time I've popped that up on foam because it was going to overlap with the photos, and the photos were popped up on foam, so I just wanted to make sure it all sat on the same level. So I went ahead and did that, and then I'm putting on my last cluster. All the clusters are very, very similar. They're just a little floral cluster with a little bit of chipboard involved in them as well, just to also tie those all together. They're almost in a diagonal line, these clusters, across the page. They kind of follow the angle that the cake has been put on. And all of that was intentional to try and keep it as visually pleasing as possible. Then after I have finished that, I pull out my gold thickers, and I'm just going to add the words you are. So you are wonderful. I tend to be working with gold thickers in this collection because the Vicky Bouton Sweet Rush chipboard have got elements of gold in them. And I'm not a massive fan of mixed metals. There's nothing wrong with it at all if you are. It's just not my personal preference. So if I'm using some of the gold from the chipboard, I just want to keep the gold feel. So I just am using the gold thickers from my stash. Then I'm popping on some of those gorgeous Bow Bunny sparkly enamel dots, which I adore. And I love that they're all tiny. That just, mwah, French kiss. And chef's kiss, sorry. And then some gold splatters. And I am calling this one done. It is super fun, super colourful, super bright and sparkly, and I adore it. I even put sparkly gold paper as the sprinkles on the cake because why not? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed watching this process video, and I'll see you all next time.